Hello, Freedom Center Church. You're going to have to excuse my Astros hat on today. I'm just going casual. I hope you're doing well. And I just wanted to send out another video and an update. Yesterday we got out yesterday a little bit, got some groceries. It actually wasn't that bad, and that was encouraging. And then today at 11 this morning, I was invited to a conference online. It was a meeting with roughly about 100 pastors. I kind of watched that count. It would come and go, but roughly about 100 pastors. It was spearheaded by David Welsh. He's from the U.S. Pastor Council. Doug Stringer was online. Tom Lane from Gateway was online. I saw one of the Sugar Creek pastors. He was logged in as well. And we were meeting with Louise Colhurst. She's the chairman or the chair of the Senate Committee on Health and Human Services for the state of Texas. And so she conferenced into all of the pastors. She wanted to update us on some things. She wanted to kind of clarify some things that we're hearing maybe through media and what have you that may not be true, rumors and things of that nature. But just wanted to pass on a few things that they asked of us to pass on to our congregations. And here's kind of an overview of those things that we discussed. First of all, that this isn't a U.S. crisis. This is a global crisis. It's a worldwide crisis. And as we see the numbers spike, and it's not necessarily a number of new infected folks, it's just that they haven't had the ability to test folks. And I know I watched one of the conferences there, the online of New York, where they've only been able to test a couple hundred a day. Well, last night they tested 7,500 people, and their number jumped significantly. So the goal here, though, in requiring the strict distancing, social distancing, is that we're really just trying to prevent the spread, trying to slow down that spread so that medical facilities and medical services are not overwhelmed. It just wouldn't be sustainable if we didn't take the action that we're taking right now. And this illness still is primarily a threat to our elderly. It also has targeted the age bracket of those in their 60s and early 70s requiring hospitalization. And I've seen that figure being anywhere from 17 to 19% in that age bracket of those that are infected having to require hospitalization. But what they asked is that if you feel ill, quarantine yourself and also those in whom you live with. They also need to quarantine for 14 days to make sure that you're over it and it contains it. But they also, that if you don't go to the hospital just because you feel bad. Many people may experience high fever and may feel real yucky and just weak for a period of time. But in the event that you experience shortness of breath, that's when you need to seek medical attention from a hospital. So if you become ill, stay hydrated, eat well, stay quarantined. Again, unless you experience shortness of breath, then you need to go to an emergency room. But again, another area is if you have small businesses, they ask that you would reach out to your bank, begin establishing communications with them as to how you'll walk through this situation financially, if you might need assistance. And I would encourage everyone to establish some communication. If it's nothing other than email, going online, checking through email with your bank, just establishing communications. I'll tell you, when I walked through Harvey, that's one of the first things we did, and got online looking for what assistance we might be able to get. And the quicker you respond, the better that it is, and also just being proactive to it. And I can tell you that both Chase and Bank of America worked wonderfully with us through that time. But this is actually on such a larger scale. But nonetheless, communicate. Just seek out communication with your financial institutions who you might bank with. I'd Google the state and federal government as they're beginning to make way to release funds in the event that you're laid off or without work, and you're in need of some revenue stream. check online, begin to search now for that. And then as I get information, I'm going to be asking for that, particularly through this meeting that I had today, having another meeting on Tuesday. And what information I get, I will pass on. They especially asked that we would look out and stay close to the elderly. And I would say this particularly for our church, that if you have a relationship with those that are elderly, it's best if younger folks even get out for them to go buy their groceries and bring it to them. And they even said that they advise if you buy groceries and you have canned goods to wash those cans, because the virus is actually staying alive on metal surfaces as long as 72 hours. Again, use good hygiene, wash your hands constantly, keep them away from your face. And so that was some of the logistical things that we talked about. But what was really encouraging is that she also asked for some spiritual things. She was really leaning out to the churches and the pastors and asking for help. It's encouraging to know that we have leadership in Austin that believes in the divine power of God, because she asked first and foremost and above all things that we would pray. And here's some things she asked that we would pray for. Pray that scientists get awoke in the middle of the night with a divine dream that would show them a treatment to help reduce side effects and save lives. And she might not have worded it just like that, but that's how I heard it. That the Lord would wake them up. The Lord will unfold ideas in the minds of some of our scientists that are right now working for some kind of therapeutic treatment, kind of like Tamiflu. They need something like that will help reduce the symptoms and save lives. And also pray, number 2, that it mutates. It can mutate. It can mutate to a less aggressive virus that would speed up our ability to return to some form of normalcy. Pray that it becomes more intolerant of heat as we move into warmer weather, that it dies out. This can also happen if it were to mutate and become less aggressive. Pray for that. We can pray for that. And pray that this event will cause many to turn to faith in Jesus Christ. Pray for that. We need a cure for sure, right? But any of those things that I just mentioned to pray for, if any of those things happen in a quick amount of time, those things in themselves would be a miracle. And guess what? We serve a miracle-working God. These things can happen. Let's pray. Let's believe together for those things. We also, as ministers, as pastors, decided to have a target for our congregations when they would be able to assemble again. Now, this isn't official. This is just what we're praying for, what we're agreeing for together. And I'm going to ask you as a congregation to agree in prayer that the Lord would move in such a way that by April 12th, we would be able to assemble again together. There would be breakthrough. There would be some return to normalcy, that again we would be able to assemble ourselves in our houses of worship. And guys, what better day than Resurrection Sunday for us to be able to return to our houses of worship? That would be awesome. This coming Tuesday, I will meet again with this group. We hope to see it increase in number with more pastors. This conference is going to be with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. That conference is going to be later in the day, so my update to you on that meeting will probably be either late that night or in that the next morning. But folks, be praying. Let's remain vigilant. Let's be awake. Let's be alert. Let's be on the watch. Let's pray. Let's remain steadfast and see God move in a powerful way. This Sunday, we're reducing our crew to a skeleton crew because, as you may have seen, the governor had put out an executive order of not to assemble with more than 10 people. So we'll abide by that. So we're going to run with a skeleton crew this Sunday. We'll stream again. Join us. We're going to try to overlay the words this time for our video so that the words will be there as we worship, so that you'll be able to sing along with us as we worship. And then I'll give a teaching. We'll stream at 8 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Of course, our Spanish service will also stream at 5:30 p.m. And many have asked about tithes and offerings. Again, I use bill pay. I go to my bank and I have all my bills set up, and I just have them write a check and mail it to the church. You can do that. You can go on our website. You can pay there. You can use PayPal. You can use Push Pay. Any of those services are there. And also, we will have a limited staff at the church from Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 3. If just those you're not comfortable with those types of services, then just drive by and drop off your check. We'll see you from outside. We'll step out there and you can poke it through the window. We'll receive those tithes and offerings. However you need to do it and wish to do that, we will accommodate that. I just want to say to you, I love you, and stay safe, be wise, and I just want to remind you, this is the day the Lord has made. I'm fixing to take me a walk through the park. It's a beautiful day out there, and I'm going to soak it in. You know what? I believe with all my heart, this is a moment for the church to shine. This is a moment for the church to be light and to be salt, to find creative ways to love on people, to be intentional in how we live and how we love. So I just want to say God bless you. You'll hear from me soon. Again, I'm just trying to stay connected, so I'm kind of learning some technical things of how to do some of this on my own so I can send it out from my room and just stay connected with the body to encourage you. Be encouraging one another. Call people. Check on people. See how they're doing. Just stay connected to the body. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.